guys, welcome back to another episode of Traveling Through Time with Auntie Jen. So we're doing something a little different today. The last episode that you saw was me showcasing the home that I grew up in for the first 5 years of my life. Well, this one is going to showcase the place we used to vacation when I was younger. And here is the house behind me. For as long as I can remember, even before I can remember, we took vacations down here. We are currently in Oakland, Arkansas, on Bull Shoals Lake. Some of you may be familiar with that, but for those of you who are not, it is in northern Arkansas, just on the other side of the border from Missouri. And my parents have a house down here on the lake that has been here, like I said, since before I was born. And my family history is pretty deep, actually, down here in Oakland. So for this episode, I'm going to take you back in time and show you the house and talk about some memories from growing up down here and spending my vacations down here. So come on, let's travel through time. Back in 1978, my dad acquired land in Oakland, Arkansas from a couple who sadly lost everything they had in a fire. The deal was made that if they cleared the land, they could build on it. And that's what they did. Both my dad and Papa were in construction, so they had the ability to build a house from the ground up. So with the help of friends and family, they began building the lake house. It took a couple of years of coming down on weekends and short vacations to get the job done. They finally finished around 1984 when I was about 2 years old. And it still looks the same today as it did back then. Not only is the house the same, but so is Uncle Lee's dock. He is my great uncle on my dad's side. I've got so many great memories from being on the dock. Fishing was a huge part of being on the dock. I was great at catching bluegill. Our favorite fish to catch, though, was catfish. Oh, there is nothing like fresh catfish fried up. My favorite thing to do was swimming in the lake. And my second favorite thing to do on the dock was just lounge, having a snack and listening to the water. While some improvements have been made to the dock, such as a new entry ramp, majority of it is still the same. We still have that yellow chair in the background, although it's painted white now. We also have Uncle Lee's boat that is in that stall behind me there. Sitting on the dock, listening to the sounds, smelling the familiar scents, it's like I never left. Now, it's been many years since I was last here, but gosh, just like with some of the videos that I have filmed, it's literally like I'm stepping through time and going back in time to when I was younger. Now, just like anything, things change, scenery changes, things evolve, things get better. But when it comes to my parents, they hold on to just about everything, and not very much changes. So when we first got here and I walked into the house, the first thing that hit me was the smell. It smelled exactly the same as it did when I was a kid. I can't describe the smell. It's a lake house. It's maybe got a little bit of mustiness to it, but it smelled the exact same. And for those of you who have a very strong sense memory, you know that can really kick up a lot of memories from certain time periods when you used to smell those smells. So it's like I was instantly again transported back in time. It's like I was a kid again walking through that front door, and I was back at the lake. I was on vacation. And then the second thing that hit me, of course, is the decor. Everything that's still in there. Some furniture has changed through the years, but this house has not been updated since it was originally built. The cabinets are the same. The flooring is the same. The curtains. The curtains, they have such a 70s motif going, as my friends like to say. But everything like that has not been changed since I was a kid. So it's walking through the rooms and looking at everything, the furniture, the bedding. I can't really describe it. It's, unless you have personally experienced it, it's really hard to describe how it feels like you really did travel through time. You know, I'm walking from room to room, and there are many things that are just left in place like they are frozen in time. My mom's slippers are still on the floor underneath the dresser. In the dresser are old pajamas and clothing that she used to wear when I was a kid. In the closet are some old shirts that my dad used to wear, some old sweater jackets my mom used to wear, and it's just frozen. Like I said, it's like it's waiting for their return. Even stuff like old suntan lotions that really should be thrown out. This stuff is from like the early 90s, maybe some of it late 80s, but most of it early 90s. That stuff yeah, it really needs to be thrown out, but my parents, they don't throw anything out. But yeah, there's so much here that, like I said, it just seems like it's waiting for their return. As you learned from my last video, you know, growing up, I had some rough times, rough memories, and this place down here, it was like my safe haven. And as I got older and started going to school and dealt with bullies and a lot of stressful times, that became even more true about this place. I could come down here and I could forget all the problems that I was going through. My parents got along great down here. You know, you could, it really did feel like a vacation. We could come down here and we could forget about everything that was going on in the world. We could forget about school. My parents could forget about work, any of their problems. And it was such a relaxing time. And this is, you know, basically, you know, like the family house. My aunts and uncles and my cousins would come and they'd stay in the house, and this house would be full of so many people. There'd be mattresses everywhere for just everyone to sleep, and it didn't matter. You found a place and you just slept. But we practically live in our swimsuits down here, going swimming, going boating, going down to the dock, going fishing. It's just, to me, this was my second home, and it was as close to heaven at that time that I could get.